Okay. It is, I think. I believe. Just thinking about beliefs. I believe it's Saturday, July 22nd, 2017. And a couple of days ago, I don't recall exactly why I was not having a bad day. I mean, why I was not having a good day. And let me say something while it's on my mind really quick. I began to notice some months ago that my short-term memory was not what it used to be. And at first I discounted it, just old age, getting older, whatever. But now it's I see it maybe more than that. It's becoming a real problem. It seems as though I only have around 24 hours worth of memory. Very hard to 48 hours worth of short-term memory. Very hard for me to remember past 1 or 2 days. So, long-term memories are fine. And some long-term memories form from short-term ones, but the details are very few. Just a general overview of what's occurred. So anyway, a couple days ago, I was sitting outside of Food Co. And a young lady started talking to me. She came up, she walked by, and then she started talking to me. And I noticed that as she was talking to me, I noticed that she kind of favors my middle brother, James. And then I was, as I was looking at the voices, I always hear voices in my head say, said that this was my daughter. I always suspected that I may have had a child by a girl I dated in college briefly, down in Daytona Beach, Denise. And as I was talking, I began to feel more and more that this could possibly be my daughter. So we spoke for a year. I mean, an hour, about an hour. And she fit the right age, and I started to look at her face more and more, and she would say things that, were like me, So anyway, but I didn't let myself get carried away with the idea, but who couldn't, to some point, some degree. So anyway, so I spoke with her about an hour, and then we parted. I gave her my contact information, and I think it was that night I was contacted by a voice, not even contact. I can't even say contacted, because not in the traditional sense, like you get a call or an email or something. Another voice in the choir, spoke up and said, this one has the persona of the leader of the Illuminati, Gene DeLuca. So, any rate, the voice speaks up, and we need to talk, blah, 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 blah. No. I was charging my phone late that night, I think. And over off of 4th Street, behind the mall. And this entity known as Minerva, which is like a roach, you step on it, and another one pops up somewhere. Entity known as Minerva said that it had acquired a sample of my DNA and all this garbage, and was making, attempting to making brood, whatever. Now I believe Minerva to be a demon ultimately. I just haven't acquired, one of the Watchers. I just haven't acquired to name it, but I'm running it down. And so anyway, gotta check the time. So anyway, and that its spawn from my DNA was going to be in 3 days. So I think that was the night before I met my daughter. Yeah, and so anyway, and it, just letting me know. So I commanded it, this demon, to the gates of hell. For a period of time past this time is going to hatch, hoping that past time, for a period of time past this brood was going to hatch, hoping that because the caretaker of the brood was not around, that would give me an opportunity to do away with them, or most of them. And the demon said the brood was due to hatch on Saturday, which was today, I think. Yes, yeah, today. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Today can't be Saturday. That would have meant yesterday would have been the day, and it was at least 2 days ago. So anyway, make a long story short, I believe the entity was, the demon was lying, and that the brood was going to hatch. Excuse me. The day before, it said it would. This character, Gene, concurred. And the day before, an attempt was going to be made to stop this from happening. Was the day I met my daughter, I believe was my daughter. And the morning of the attempt being made was supposed to be a Friday, which would have been yesterday. And that did not happen like that. But anyway, I'll get back to the date another time. I'm getting disoriented now because I just realized now the day cannot be the day that it said it is. And here we go again. It's like I go through these, what I call these scenarios, where it's like I'm shifting between realities. And, things are the same in each reality, but slightly different. The only thing that really remains the same is me. And I'd like to show you something right here. See that row of cars? No matter what time of day, it could be in the middle of the night, 2, 3 in the morning. No matter what time of day, no matter what day of the week, no matter where I'm at in the city, there's always traffic around me. Always a line of cars wherever I go. Always. There's not that much coincidence in the world, and I don't believe in coincidence. But anyway, getting back to where I'm going, it's just another piece of the puzzle for me to solve. So getting back to what I was talking about. So the morning the attempt was made would have been the day after I met this young lady, who I believe was my daughter. And that morning, I heard from her telepathically, and we were speaking, and she had a guide with her where she was, whom I know, and for various reasons I won't recall her name or say her name, whom I know and I trust. And because I never fully trust anybody completely, just the situation I'm in, it's nothing against that person, but I trust her to a certain point. So the guide of my daughter, and they were corresponding, all this was taking place in my mind, this conversation. And also it's come to believe, I know that I began to notice some weeks ago that I would feel something on my skin, very cold, localized, maybe the size of a silver dollar pancake, but not invisible, but translucent. You know, like it would look like the movie Predator. You know, that kind of shimmering of light. Very cold, very small, about the size of a silver dollar pancake, and it would move, and it would feel very creepy. And I would smack them off, and every time I would do that, I would hear, "You faggot ass nigger, I'm trying to feed," or "I'm trying to feed." And so it's witches, nothing more than witches, you know, trying to do what they do. They're witchcraft. And I'm going to put an end to them. If it's the last thing I do on this earth. Scriptures say, "Suffer not a witch to live." And I see why. Because they won't stop until they are stopped. They can't stop. They won't stop until they're stopped. So, at any rate, so I'm back to this morning and the morning of the, and I'm corresponding back and forth with my daughter telepathically and her guide, and I'm trying to share with her, you know, the knowledge that I have and what's going on in my life, and in particular, sharing about getting out information to the masses and letting them dig through it for themselves and discover their own truth. You know, I've discovered truths and it has cost me dearly. But that's my purpose in life, is to share what I've discovered by way of information with others so they can decide for themselves. So, at any rate, so this is occurring, and then I get I'll say I was contacted by, wasn't this just open? Won't be open tonight, I guess, huh? Well, so I was contacted by this individual the morning of the attempt, saying, yeah, the entity, the demon, never lied, and they're about to hatch now, so I rushed over there. And the night before this was going to happen, hold on, let me get back in a minute for you, a few minutes for me. You'll see in a second.